Well, more on water. Among the regulations published under the National State of Disaster Regulations today, finally, is a particular clause around water authorities. It says they'll be allowed to change their minimum operational levels. They'll be exempt from penalties if they use more water than they should during load shedding. Benoit is the CEO of the SA Water Chamber. Benoit, good afternoon to you. So, does this do much to help water authorities? Does it make much difference to them?
Hi, Stephen and the viewers. I think what's important is the first thing is that the connectivity of water energy nexus is actually acknowledged and gazetted. I think that's quite important because it raises the awareness. Unfortunately, the reality is that we have 40% non-revenue water leakage in the system, and we have, in round numbers, 25 to 30% load shedding in hours per day. So if you add the two together, you've got a 70% uphill to actually try and pump. And the system is designed for 24/7. It's not designed for intermittent use. So that's the reality that we face. But I think government has finally understood that in actual fact, this is our Achilles heels. We're going to run out of water. But, also in water systems, we're supposed to have 48 hours retention time in our reservoirs, so buffer time. We don't have that because we haven't kept up with assets, and there's been rapid urbanization. But also there's another elephant in the room, and that's sewage. So the water we bring into the cities, about 70% of it we have to take out of the cities to the sewage treatment plants, and those only have a design capacity roughly of 4 hours retention in their pumped sumps. So what's going to happen now is we might be able to bring sufficient water sometimes, not all every day of the week, but we can't take the sewage out. So we need to address that one. And unfortunately, there's no hardware that can be done for this. This is not hardware takes years to actually implement, to plan, and to put in place in highly urbanized environments. So you're constrained with space. Spatial planning is quite important here. So what it means, we need to improve what we call CNI, control and instrumentation. So it's the connectivity of our systems. We need to improve those processes. What we need to do is start digitizing the water value chain, and then let machine learning and AI optimize, because everything goes through what we call SCADA systems. So it is computerized, so that we can now try and match the anticipated water demand, when there are trends in that, with the load shedding stage that we're in. The municipality knows that because they control that, to try and overcome the 70% uphill battle, the 40 plus 30% that we have, and to get the sewage out of our cities, because there's a health issue associated apart from aesthetics and the like. So we have quite an uphill battle, but I think we have the ability to do it. We just have to make it a focal point, and we have to start putting in the resources. It's not just the money thing, it's actually a resource thing, and it's complex. We need to put the best brains together to work together and overcome this.
It would seem the obvious thing to do would be to try and find a way to exempt as much of the water system from load shedding as possible. Now, in some cases that may be easy, in some cases it may be very difficult, and in some cases the housing values around sewage plants might just go up. Who knew? But that would probably be the easiest thing to do, no matter how difficult it is.
The system's not designed for that. So our cities, we have regions, districts, depots, and the likes. In water terms is district metered areas. And what happens is the reticulation of basic services, so water, waste, sewage, electricity, they're not independent. So that is very, very difficult to do. That would take us probably 10 to 20 years at least. But what we can do and what is done, most of the water boards are in actual fact direct ESCOM clients, and they are not necessarily in the urban environment. So those are a little bit easier to do that, but we see there are issues there. So it's easier to have the bulk water delivered to the cities. But the distribution of water in the cities to exempt that is virtually impossible. If we can do it, maybe 5 or 10%. But it's really going to be the exception. No engineering in the world is designed for this. And South Africa is no different, unfortunately.
Benoit, thank you very much indeed, the CEO of the SA Water Chamber.